AbbVie Inc., a field guide to the key fundamentals, priced at $243.80 a share, with a market cap of $432 billion in the pharmaceutical preparation sector. That market cap sits on a price-to-earnings ratio of 239, 10 to 15 times a typical large-cap pharma multiple. The likely driver? Net margin at just under 11% trails operating margin of over 90% by a huge gap. Three lenses make sense of any fundamentals sheet: valuation, what you're paying; profitability, how efficiently revenue turns to cash; and leverage, whose money is at risk if things go wrong. Gross margin is a strong 72.6%. Operating margin at 90.7% is unusually high, but net margin drops to 10.9%, pointing to heavy costs below the operating line, like interest or amortization. That same distortion shows up in ROE at negative 30.6%, even as ROA stays positive. Total assets, $135 billion. Long-term debt, $64.5 billion. Cash, $6.6 billion. Book value per share is negative, minus $3.35, meaning liabilities exceed assets per share. That's common for mature companies that funded acquisitions and buybacks with debt instead of equity. On one hand, strong margins, an efficient core business, real scale. On the other, a stretched valuation with little room for error, no balance sheet cushion, and real earnings power smaller than headline profitability suggests. Balance sheets like this typically form through a four-step pattern: acquire with debt, amortize the intangibles, return cash through buybacks instead of retaining it, and compound that cycle over several years until book equity turns negative. Five heuristics. Question a sky-high PE before assuming overvaluation. Explain negative book equity rather than fearing it. Retire ROE once equity goes negative. Dig into wide margin gaps. And read scale and cash together, not separately. Every figure here traces back to SEC Edgar, company facts and filings for CIK 000-155-1152, for anyone who wants to verify the numbers directly. Fundamentals are a starting point, not a verdict. This is educational material, not investment advice. Verify every figure against primary filings before acting on it.